Hey everybody, it's Sadie the Wind Sage. Welcome back to Let's Play A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael's, Mai and Rayo's route. Feels kind of weird to say that because I haven't really said an introduction in a while, and Mai and we started a new route, so it feels kind of weird. Like, I want to say Sarah and Kaide out of instinct, but yeah, anyway. In the last episode, well, we got the route started, and, you know, we kind of just saw the fun little Christmas antics of it all, and... Yep, there was no champagne this time either. No one even got. It's like no one even got like no one was even like referenced drunk either. Like it's Sarah and Kaide's rounds. Like that's the thing I realized. Like all the ridiculousness of the shrine event is like it's kind of like a mix of both worlds. And Risa and in Mia's route, they had the non-alcoholic champagne. In Yuna and Nanami's route, they had the real champagne, and I think Yuna references Nanami getting a little drunk off of it. And then you have Sarah, who seems fake drunk off of whatever the heck she was drinking. I don't even remember what it is anymore. But nope, nothing like that this time, unless it just hasn't come up. But we did run into Mai and Rayo in the shrine, so we might just see them at the shrine. We might just have not come up to a shrine event with them, but yeah. Anyway, in this episode, we're just kind of going to keep going on. So, yeah. Oh, actually, before we go on, there is something I want to mention, and that is... I actually did it this time, and I looked up shit between parts. And, thing I was able to look up was the word debauchery, because that was actually bugging me quite a bit. And debauchery, just in short, what that is just like, activities of like pleasure, like activities of, it's defined as like sensual pleasure. So it's not a wrong word, it's not inherently a wrong word. It's just kind of, I guess, a more verbose way of what was going on last episode when it came up. And I did check. Yep, I was thinking of the right anime. It was Ouran the High School Host Club. I looked it up. I think it was called episode 11, I think it was. Big Brother's a Prince. and I suddenly remember why that word sticks out in my head. It's because, it's just... You got a little girl saying it in that context that it's like a little girl who's read way too who's read way too much manga and just like it's kind of a weird thing. And I remember why that's also funny. It's because she outright says when she sees the host club reverse harem, which it's funny for two reasons. One, it's because it's kind of that unexpected humor, because you don't expect like a younger person to just kind of say that or know what it is. And it's also funny because because she's added to the list of quite a few people who realized right off the bat that Haruhi was a girl. So yep, that was an experience. And it's kind of funny in retrospect too when I realized that, because I didn't know what harem meant at the time, so I learned what it was later. So it's like, oh wait, she says reverse harem, it's because she's realized that Haruhi's a girl. It's like, yeah. Anyway, going on a tangent. Let's just dive right in, shall we?
そうだわ、レオ。せっかくのお休みなんだから、他のカップルとどっか遊びに行こうか。
面倒だし、外寒いから嫌。マイと部屋にいる方がいい。
もしかして冬休み中部屋にこもっているつもり？
うん、ご飯はマイが作ってくれるし。
Yep. That's kind of what happened. It happened so suddenly too. They went from like being scared of her to just, as Mai says, people saying how cute she was and treating her like a mascot character. Yeah, it was a sudden turnaround too, and even Mai and Reo thought it was weird and joined in love with you. Like, it was just kind of bizarre and made no sense in a way. Uh-oh. Gonna have to take drastic action. All of the alarm bells in my head are going off simultaneously. For a few reasons. One, this is my drastic actions can literally be anything because, remove her from like the perv side of her. Mai can be kind of crazy sometimes. And, two, last time we saw something akin to drastic action, it was rage mode in Yuna and Nanami's route, and that had its own set of interesting things involved with it. Though looking back on it, that was one of the better parts of that route. For as insane as it was actually a really good part. I haven't really gone back to like watch it over again, but I do remember it being good, so yeah. I do remember, it was a really good scene despite how insane it was, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, go look at Yuna and Nanami's route. I'm keeping that I don't want to ruin the surprise for people who don't know it.
この冬休み中に行動を起こさないと。うまくいくかしら。
何ブツブツ言ってるのよ、マイ。
なんでもないわ。いってらっしゃい、レオ。
This is going to go well. And by well I mean this could and by well I mean, well, depending on the couple. This could end up being going pretty well or an absolute train wreck. All depending.
3人だけで楽しんでくるわ。
待ちなさいよ。行かないとは言ってないわ。
じゃあ来るのね。
最近の前意地悪ばっかり。私が人と話すの苦手なの知ってるくせに。
ちゃんって本当にすごい人気ね。こんなにファンがいっぱいいるなんて。
Okay, so it's you and Reo watching one of Sarah's events with Kaede. This is the worst double date idea I have ever seen. I mean, they're probably gonna hang out after the fact, but still, just the initial idea sounds like there's not much interaction there.
おかげさまで 最近特に忙しくなってきたみたいで。
あ、サラちゃんこっち見てるよ。レオも手を振り返したら。レオ？
何がサラちゃんサラちゃんよ。さっきから前そればっかり。私の方が可愛いもん。
あなたね。
まあレオさんもお人形さんみたいでとっても可愛いわよ。
今日はサラちゃんの応援に来たのよ。あなたがここで対抗心燃やしてもしょうがないでしょ。
そんなの燃やしたりしてないわ。もういい、私帰る。
帰るって一人じゃ戻れないでしょ。
タクシー捕まえるもん。
またもったいないことを。待ちなさい。楓さんごめんなさい。
いいえ、ごきげんよう。
失敗か。
It was not one of your better ideas to begin with, Mai. Honestly,
ユナ様、そうですね。
I'll admit that you did not one of your better ideas, Mai. Honestly. Anyway, I guess it's Yuna and Nanami's turn. Let's see how this goes.
本当にナナミの好きなイチゴのもたくさんあるわね。私が取ってきてあげるわ。そんな、私が取ります。いいのよ。いろいろ取ってきて2人で半分ずつ食べましょう。はい。
本当に仲がいいですね、お二人って。
私たちはいつだってラブラブですわ。もうお姉様ったら。
So wait, okay, wait. An all-you-can-eat cake buffet. I could see the good. I could see why this plan would work and why it's going to probably inevitably gloriously fail.
レオはどうするのかしら?
And the answer to both of those, why it can go well and why it's likely going to fail, is very simple. It's Reo. You know, I get it. This is a place with, you know, a lot of cake. You know, this is her type of place, and, you know, she'd be really happy here, keeps her mood up. But she's also probably going to be extremely focused on eating, if I have to guess.
これとこれとこれと。
レオ、それはさすがに取りすぎじゃない？
バイキング形式なんでしょ。いくら取ってもいいじゃない。
少しずつ取ってきて食べ終わってからまた来ればいいのよ。
そんなのめんどくさいわ。
あのね、
マイさん、それくらいにした方が。
え？すいません。
もういらない。
だから言ったのに、どうするのよ。
テイクアウトにするもん。
バイキングでそんなことできるわけないでしょ。
マイ様、ここのケーキたくさん残したら追加料金を取られるって書いてありましたけど。 まだケーキ食べれる？ギリギリですが入ります。そうだったらレオさんの残したケーキみんなで協力して食べましょう。
ユーナさん、ありがとうございます。すいません。レオ、あなたからもお礼。
おいしそうなのをわざと残してあげたから食べればいいわ。
違うでしょ、レオ。
ありがとうございます。
And there's that expression again. That expression just looks so sad, though. It's like, every time it just stares back into my soul. I just can't help it.
いいのよ、気にしないでちょうだい。でもさすがに苦しいかも。
それにしても
もう当分ケーキはいいかも。
ごめんね、ナナミちゃん。
ではまずどこから見て回りますか？
Now Risa and Mia's turn, huh? Okay, this will... this is the only couple where I can see things maybe going okay. Because okay, the Sarah and Kaede thing, the fact that it was just an event, and that's not really much of a double date, I don't think. It's like, you know, not the worst plan in the world maybe, but definitely not the best. Yuna and Nanami, you know, all you can eat cake buffet sort of deal. You know what? There's like, there's a decent idea in there, but you know, a decent idea in there. Does, you know, better idea for the kind of double date format sort of thing. I still did not see that going well. This one I can see maybe kind of going okay. If only because Mia is just as awkward. If only because Mia can be just as awkward, and you know, Reo can work well with, Reo also can work well with people who are younger than her. Generally, like she has this, it's kind of it's kind of shown a bit in it's shown a bit in it's shown a bit in that scene in Sarah and Kaide's route between Reo and Mia. That completely, that almost completely irrelevant scene that is just more there to be there, and I'm surprised was in Sarah and Kaide's route of all things. It had nothing to do with Sarah or Kaide, but I don't hate the scene. I just find it weird. I just find the placement of it kind of weird. And I've also seen in some, little supplementary materials, like little translated stuff, all that, like the light novels and stuff like that. That Reo is good with people younger than her, and she generally tries to, behave herself more, and act like kind of like a role model to people, act like a role model kind of a way, as that she kind of feels responsible to do that. She does it in her own little Reo way, but yeah.
あなたの好きなところでいいわ。先輩たちは。
そうね、服でも見に行こうかね、レオ。
前がいいなら。 私はパス。
I just realized it's kind of like the same shade of color for their coats. That's interesting.
何言ってるの。ここ入りましょう。
もうなんでよ、ここの服趣味じゃない。
あなたが好きな店も後で行くんだから、ここは周りに合わせなくっちゃ。
ブー。そろそろ皆さん疲れてないですか？ここのカフェでお茶しませんか？いや、私はいつも向こうのお店でアイスクリームを食べるの。じゃあアイスにしましょう。私もアイス好きですよ。
なんだか気遣いさせちゃってごめんね。
And another bust.
突然お邪魔してすいません。
いいえ、自由参加の冬ピクニックとはいえ、引率者が私一人だったので手が回らないところもあったりするので助かります。
Takako and Runa? This one I was not expecting. Like Takako and Runa? Is that how far we've fallen? It's okay, no, not to bully Takako and Runa, of course not. But it's like, you know, I realize why they're doing this now. I was about to say I'd expect, like, you know, maybe Eris and Shizuku, but then I remembered Eris and Shizuku is not the best idea either. Anyway. Also, this is the first time we're seeing Takako and Runa's box sprites, actually. I mean, it's box sprites, so really it's not any different, but I don't know, something about this is kind of interesting, because again, the first time seeing box sprites is always interesting, and we also haven't seen these two in a long time. It's like, they were there for a little bit during the Christmas event, they were also there during the study camp, and then they plummeted straight off the face of the earth to never be seen again yeah, the rest of Risa and Mia's route, we did not see them at all during Yuna and Nanami's route, and Sarah and Kaidi's route the same. So, this can be interesting. I don't know much about Takako and Runa as a relationship, so I don't know how well this could go. I was going to assume it's going to fail, because just like with everything else, it's just like with all the other ones, this is probably bound for failure. But given their personalities, this is gonna have to get kind of interesting. Takako's personality, yeah, this is gonna be very interesting to see how she interacts with Reo. And Runa and Reo, so you know what? From what I understand of their personalities, this could be quite interesting, actually. So let's just get to it.
ごめんなさい、沢口さん。
いいえ。
っかり怒られるのよ。当然でしょ。私のクラスメートに意地悪しないでよ、お姉さんのくせに。あんたこそ年下なんだから少しは私を敬いなさいよ。ルナ、そんなことを言ってはダメよ。仲良くしましょう。先生もそういうのなら。
レオも仲良くしようね。
いやよ、大体なんでこんな寒いのにピクニックなんかするのよ。ちっとも楽しくないわ。
It's a winter picnic. It's going to at least be a little cold.
そんな全否定しなくても。はあ、これじゃあレオに普通の友達を作るのは無理かな。
Takako and Runa probably, thinking about it too, in a way, is probably a bit of a crapshoot as well. Frankly, like, one is quite a bit older than Reo, and the other one's quite a bit young. Oh yeah, I'm just remembering that right now. Oh right. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, let's just forget about that for now. I'll have plenty of time to think on that later. But yeah, I didn't see how this one was going. Yeah, thinking about this, but this one maybe not have worked well as well. And considering that, like, you know, again, annex schools, I'm pretty sure again means a side school, so maybe they have a variety of grades. Like maybe they have a variety of grades or something like that. I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure annex means side school, so I don't think it's supposed to be another word for middle school. Like I looked this up before. And you know, Kiss for the Petals, The Next Generation, I believe those are high school students, I'm pretty sure, and it also takes place in it does take place in the St. Michael's Annex School. So okay, like so I'm pretty sure annex just means like side school or something like that. I'll need to look it up later again probably, but yeah. But again, at least with Runa and Takako themselves, I don't see where maybe there would have been a good chance here. So yeah. I mean, how did she know Takako and Runa? Did she have their contacts? Like, she talks about, you know, having the contacts of the other couples, but I don't get why she'd have for Takako and Runa. She doesn't really have much relation to those characters, aside from kind of knowing them through Reina, who Mai and Reo only kind of know Reina. So it's a little weird. And I guess we're skipping Eris and Shizuku because never forget. Oh, maybe not. Looks like we are good. Looks like we oddly might just do them. Yeah, this could be very interesting. Cause again, never forget the study camp. Whoa, this is a completely different background. This is still St. Michael's? What the heck? Oh, I have to know now that I think about it. I think it's some like I know in Kindred Spirits on the Roof, they had two like different buildings for schools, that was more of the design of the school rather than that being a traditional thing from my understanding. But, and the third years, generally occupied a different building from the main building. I think it's called the Shoujo building is where they go. I think it's been a while, so I can't quite remember. Maybe it's a similar idea here, or the third floor just looks really different. Because again, I imagine this is the third floor, because that's a thing they tend to do from what I see, you know. Unless anime's fucking with me again, that the floors generally divide the grades.
別にいいじゃない。勉強しに来たわけじゃないんだから。
Oh, is that I just realized they're wearing their school uniforms. You know, we've seen them in their casual. They've seen them. I say casual outfits, and maybe street clothes is a better term. I'll use whatever rolls off the tongue first. You know, seeing them in their street clothes, you know, I'm so used to that. It's a little weird seeing them in their uniforms.
いやよ、暖房だってあまり効いてないし、寒すぎる。
それは休みだから仕方ないわ。
もう帰る。
ダメ。もう先輩たち2人とも待ってるんだからね。いい？せっかく雫様が体験入部させてくれるんだから、ちゃんとおとなしく先輩の言うこと聞くのよ。
私は部活なんて興味ないの。
そんなのやってみないとわからないでしょ。やってみたらハマるかもよ。
やったことあるわよ。ミカジョで一番人気の部活に入ってたもの。
え、嘘？いつの間に部活なんて入ったの？
帰宅部。
The Go Home Club. that was my club of choice throughout high school for the most part. I mean, I was in like newspaper club and stuff, and like drama club in like middle school, early high school, but nope. Later, it just became the Go Home Club. That being said, the fact that there's clubs here, you don't think about it. I mean, it makes sense. I think they referenced the Atelier used to, like, the Atelier was in an old art club building, right? The fact that these girls might actually have clubs is... Never thought about that one. It's kind of an interesting thing to think about.
失礼します。
The classrooms look a bit different too, so this could just be a thing.
マイさん、レオさん、いらっしゃい。
二人ともごきげんよう。ごきげんよう。
人数も揃ったところで早速ですが始めますね。それではこれより伝統遊戯研究会を始めます。例
The Traditional Games Research Club. I mean, this sounds like a Shizuku thing. From what I've gotten from Shizuku, she has this very traditional thing going on with her. From the very little I know of Shizuku. Like, she does see, like, this does seem like the type of, like, again, for not knowing her, this seems like a totally in-character thing for her. I could be extremely wrong, but, you know, this does seem like her type of thing. So, yeah. I'm not surprised by this, really. That being said, I got a very bad feeling about things, and maybe that's because, let's be honest, you know, study club, never forget.
ところで、伝統遊戯研究会って一体何なの？
それは
The truth was, I wasn't really sure myself. Well, considering it's called the Traditional Game Research Club, I imagine you research and perhaps play older games, maybe games that didn't like, maybe games that were played during a more traditional era or earlier time and just, you know, maybe like never just modernized, or maybe like early versions of modern games, like in, I guess what you would call like some sort of anthropological sense.
知らないのに体験入部したの？変わってるわね。
だってそんなの聞いたことないわ。どうせ大した部じゃないのよね。
Oh, so yep, this is exactly what I was worried about. I guess we never forgot study club, sure. You know, maybe these guys were maybe forgive and forget about it, but let's be honest, Reo. Let's be honest, Reo doesn't have a great starting point with Eris.
なんですって？
Oh, jeez.
エリスいけませんわ。あなただって最初は何も知らないでこの部に入ったのではありませんか？それは、そうだけど。
I wonder if that's a reference to maybe their first story or something.
レオさん、この伝統遊戯研究会は日本の昔ながらの遊びや遊具を研究するそんな部です。
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was roughly what I was thinking.
なるほど。日本の遊びを。楽しそうですね。それで今日は人数もいることですし、カルタをやってみませんか？カルタ？昔のお正月って感じでいいですね。ええ、エリスには今ちょうど説明をしていたところなんです。エリス、やり方はもうわかりましたか？バッチリだよ。早くやってみたい。
Kind of hoping they explain what karate is, because it sounds, because I'm kind of interested in stuff like this, like an old traditional New Year's game. That's something about that sounds appealing, so kind of curious what it is.
それじゃあ最初は私が読み手をしますね。3人は取り札を並べてもらえますか？
私はいいわ。2人でやって。
なんで？やり方わからないの？簡単よ。
面倒だからいい。
レオ。最初は私とマイさんで対決しようよ。その方が勝負って感じじゃない？はい。 エリス様がそういうのでしたら。
この間深夜のアニメでカルタやってるのを見たよ。あれってすごいよね。札取るときパシーンって札飛ばしていた。
それって百人一首のやつじゃないですか？
そうかな。でもすごいね。カルタってあんなに激しいんだ。
エリス、今日はカルタ遊びの研究ですよ。このいろはカルタは借り物なんですから、大事に扱ってくださいね。
しずく、なんか怒ってる？分かってるわ、乱暴にしないから。
では始めます。
Okay, that's an interesting line. At a glance, you'd think Eris-sama had Shizuku goes and wrapped around her little finger, but that night, not have been the case after all. That is an interesting kind of thing to think about. Shizuku does have a very kind of stern, like, stern sense to her personality. A little bit, like, not too different from, like, say, Risa. So, something like that kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe, and, Eris, she seems to really, care about Shizuku, so, if she, Eris likely, has her moments, her trope being the, damn it, I keep forgetting the trope names, and I know I'm gonna get it wrong, I promise you I'm gonna get it wrong, Neko. You know what, me and editing, just if you remember, just if I was wrong or not, point it out, but anyway. I'm likely gonna forget anyways, but who knows. Neko, I'm pretty sure Eris's trope is Neko. She probably has her moments where, she does have Shizuku just kind of wrapped around her little finger, but, since she cares about Shizuku, if Shizuku gets strict, Eris, probably will listen, depending. Anyway.
始めます。塵も積もれば山となる。
今度も私の取り札？
エリスは運動神経がいいだけにこういうのが得意なんですね。
本当はもっとかっこよく札を弾きたいんだけどな。
次、読みますよ。は
ーい。
旅は道連れ、世は情け。
はい。また取られた。もう前、何やってるのよ。
Rayo, are you getting competitive just watching this?
顔で見られても取れないものは取れないのよ。あ、まただ。
はい。 も少しは取らせなさいよ。はあ、今の絶対前の手の方が早かったわ。前の取り札よ。
レオ、ちょっと黙ってて。
黙ってなんかいられないわ。そこ前に出すぎや。ルール違反や。また取られたじゃない。
Jeez, Rayo is loud. And her voice gets really scratchy sometimes. I mean, I've noticed that little scratchiness in her voice. Ever since the beginning, ever since Joined in Love with You, really. I just never found a time to point that out, but I guess now's good, I guess.
レオ？
まあいい。交代よ。
Oh god, this could get interesting.
いいわよ、レオ。望むところよ。
Dad, look like Garrus is getting into it.
レオが手を伸ばすが間に合わず、今回の取り札もやはりエリス様のものに。頑張れ、レオ。その小さい腕を伸ばし続けろ。
まい、うるさい。それと人を小さい言うな。
さっきは散々人の横で文句言ってたのにね。
それはいいの。次こそは私が取るんだから。
できるのかしら。言っとくけど私は負けないわ。
私だって。
大丈夫なのかな。
This is getting unstable really quickly. Funny, but unstable.
次こそ。
Uh-oh. Yep, this is what I call this is what I call funny yet unstable.
取った。何この子、ちょっと離れてよ。今のは絶対私の方が早かったわ。何よ、私が取ったんだから。しとぎエリス、話しなさいよ。噛みつくわよ。そっちこそ離れてよね。ぺったんこ胸が映っちゃうわ。
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god no! This is exactly what caused shit last time. I am now actually terrified. That's a sensitive subject for Rayo at all times. Eris being the one to say this. I won't be surprised if things start blowing up. And I don't mean that theoretically, no, like actual explosions happen.
ぺったんこは関係ないでしょ。
これってもうカルタ関係ないじゃない。ほぼ取っ組み合いよ。今回も失敗かな。そんな顔されてどうしたんですか？あの二人のことです。
You know, something about this image does look kind of cute, actually. It's actually now that I think about it, if you know, looking at you know, the part of my cursor no longer shows up on OBS, so this is hard to point out. But like, the part of like Rhea almost looks like she kind of has a bit of an ahoge right now without her hair is right there. And just the way these two are looking at each other with like roughly the same face, it's a little funny actually.
Oh. エリス、とっても楽しそうです。いい友達ができたって感じがしますわ。友達ですか？
Is that what you call this? Is this what qualifies as friendships these days? Guess I've seen weirder friendships, but still.
はい、私たちもうお友達でしょ？友達。
もうあんたのせいで何枚取れたかわからなくなったわ。数えなくても私の勝ちに決まってるじゃない。そんなわけない。
あ、
Like, I guess that maybe is sort of a thing to it, as fierce as the looks on their faces are. Yeah, I can actually kind of see that. Like, for how ridiculous it is, I can imagine them having fun in the weirdest way possible at this point. But like, I don't know. I can see it now, kind of like I can imagine like a little sisterly thing from these two, actually. Again, and perhaps the it's like a family hate sort of thing. You say you hate the person or that you don't like them, but like in that family way, if you don't mean it, just like, yeah. I can imagine that right now. I actually can't imagine these two being siblings, actually. The more that I imagine it, it sounds kind of nice, actually.
もしかしてこの状況、レオは楽しんじゃってるの？では入部の方考えてみてくださいね。
And with that, we're gonna end things on here. Faded rivals! You know what? Yes, I am behind this rivalry 100% of the way. Alright. Though it's probably in reference to the Kataru game. Anyway, we're gonna end things off here. Another long part. I'll try to maybe cut down on the parts, but, haven't recorded in a while, and I wanted to get through all these double dates in one part. So, long episode. I plan to cut down, but, slowly but surely, it'll definitely get done. Even by next episode, these parts should start being a little less long, but yeah, anyway, gonna end things off here. This was a pretty good episode, and I liked kind of the interactions here. You know what? Eris and Reo being friends, maybe that's what it's leading up to, and I can imagine it, but you know what? If that's what they're going with, I can see it now. Again, in the weirdest way possible, but I can see it. But yeah, this is, getting pretty good so far. I like it. And so, yeah, next time on Kiss for the Petals, Maidens and Michaels, Mai and Reo's route, well, we're going to be doing more of it, so see you guys then.